This is my absolute favorite music build-up in the entire movie because it's.
Give me a second. Sorry.
Take two.
Take two.
It's okay.
So this is pretty much my favorite scene in the movie now. So like I think the way that we kind of like just in terms of the edit, we wanted this to kind of be like the opening of The Shining in a weird little way, and have it just be that kind of drifting camera over bizarre landscape. And so when we talked about it initially, like there was going to be kind of that, you know, almost blatantly Shining, you know, dread, and then Giona started experimenting with it and kind of building into, you know, this sense of strings and bizarre sensibility, and so I think you'll see it here.
Take two?
Take two.
Take two.
And I think what's so great about it is, like, ultimately what's the most effective is the stuff that's playing over black.
Right.
You know?
But in my opinion, what's amazing is, like, you're not afraid to give space to the music.
Right, exactly.
Because that's one of the complaints many people are giving you, like, you're brave to, like, just leave musical moments, like what Sergio Leone would do in the West.
Totally, absolutely.
Right. And not many people do that anymore. They're actually afraid. They have, you know, they cannot do that. Music's too overpowered.
Well, I think like a shot like this too. I mean, this shot is kind of unnecessary in its length. Like the car's driving up and it goes all the way around. It's really just a car rolling down an icy hill. But what's so effective and what's so great is that the sense of building dread through your music makes an otherwise like semi-mundane shot in something that's absolutely just dreadful. And then when we land on this, it's just, it makes it look so fucking huge. And I mean, this could be the end of the movie and you know that they could go in and like get killed. It wouldn't matter because it's so epic. Like,
and what I love, it creates this dreadness to the house. It immediately gives you like something's gonna happen to this house, and that sound is like that. I remember building purposely just for the pod. It was the pod sound I remember building. I was like, man, it has to be deep, dark, and like. And
I think that's what we talked about a lot. You know, on the going back to it was, you know, creating those kind of sounds where it's like the sound for the pod, you know, the music, everything, and then when they land on the house, it's like even though you haven't met the pod or heard the pod music yet, you get that sense of familiarity. Like,
what is there a pod?
Yeah, like the tentative pod. And what I love about
this, Postman?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a Halloween.
It's the mailman.
It's the mailman.
And I think this is great too because, you know, it's another kind of like long steady cam establishing shot, but because it's so dreadful, because there's so much noise, and going back to that idea that like we don't know where we can predict the different beats of the music, I think it really helps and creates a sense of.
And to me, the importance like to give realism. So like that bass sounds you hear vibrate, that thing is actually piano.
Right.
It's the low strings of the piano that I transform and I put like a vibrator on it, and you feel like what is it? You think it's a synth, but it's actually a piano.
And that's the greatest thing about it, man. Like
it's organic.
It's organic and stuff that even like I haven't heard before in score. And that's what I really think helps about this, because then it goes back to this beautiful shot. It's very traditional, and it goes back to Twilight Zone. Right. You know, it's like a it's just like an entire spectrum of absurd.
And that was your idea to put the Twilight. I mean that theme over here. Because in the first pass there was just the pads going under it and the ominous feeling. And then you said, I love the thing at the beginning, the kind of Twilight thing. Can we put it back there? Right. And I put it. I was like, holy shit, it works so well. It's great.
It's just you know, I think that this movie is really effective in just layering all of its different themes.
Right.
And you know, and then them all at the very end crashing together.
Yes.
It's just the insanity. So yeah, so that's, I mean, hands down one of my favorite musical pieces of the movie.
But also, I mean, cinematography wise, it was so cool. Like this scene, I remember seeing it, trying to recreate this, like the waves.
Right.
That sound, it was so cool.
And again, it's just like another two-shot where they're kind of talking, and it's just the most wild, you know, wacky strings, and I think that it's you know, different, and it's, you know, I don't think I've seen a dialogue scene with this kind of like intense
tension, suspense. It's like, what's gonna happen next? And the great thing is, like, we were able to architect the score in a way that, you know, it doesn't get in the way of the dialogue. Right, exactly. Because it's so dangerous, like, because we play super loud, we have it loud in gathering, but, you know, we don't overpower the dialogue. It's still there, we totally hear what's saying, which is extremely important.
Yeah.
We don't want to give away.
I totally agree.
Pod.
So
thanks, fellas.
You running out of footage yet?
No, we're good. Thanks, fellas.
Awesome.
Giona, composer Giona, and director Mickey.
We rambled for a while, but I think we got some good info.
Yeah, nice job.